Welcome to the Intuitive Hour with psychic medium, author, and intuitive life coach, Michelle Beltran. The Intuitive Hour will empower you to learn how to magnify your intuitive voice. Listen in and expand your understanding of what it means to be psychic and how to awaken, amplify, and trust your inner voice.
Welcome everyone to the Intuitive Hour. Awaken your inner voice. I'm so very grateful you're sharing this time with me today. Let's settle in and be present here for a wonderful episode today, Intuition versus Anxiety. All right, let's take a slow, deep breath, everyone. Join me in just relaxing into this time, letting your shoulders drop, being present here in this moment, in the several moments going on here for 20 minutes or so as we talk about this interesting topic, intuition versus anxiety, and how to navigate that. Let's begin. I want to start by asking you to think about perhaps a time when you've packed for a special retreat or opportunity. Favorite crystal in your pocket, boarding pass in hand, and suddenly your heart starts pounding. Your palms get sweaty, and a loud inner voice warns you, don't do this. Something terrible, something not so good is going to happen. Maybe you freeze then at that moment in the hallway, wherever you are. Convince yourself it's psychic intuition. Cancel your plans. Watch the moment pass. And later, realize the disaster was only in your imagination. Perhaps you've sat on your couch afterward replaying every decision, realizing anxiety disguised itself as a guidance. If you've ever canceled plans, stepped back from an opportunity, or second-guessed yourself because of a gut feeling that turned out to be pure panic, you're not alone. Confusing anxiety with intuition is one of the most relatable things you'll ever do as you learn to awaken your inner voice. So why is it confusing? Anxiety is a master shapeshifter, everyone. When you start tuning into your inner voice, you might notice every flutter or signal in your body and immediately assign deep spiritual meaning to it. The tricky part is both anxiety and intuition live in your physical body. Both send signals to your nervous system, but their motives couldn't be more different. Anxiety wants to keep you small and safe. It acts from old protective instincts and past fears. Intuition, on the other hand, wants to keep you aligned and authentic. Its wisdom is deep, grounded, and always expansive, and you feel that. So which one's driving the car? Figuring that out calls for gentle attention and a willingness to see your own humanity. Let's pull the layers of that back for a moment now. Think about the energy of anxiety first. When you feel incredibly anxious, go back to one of those moments recently. How does it show up for you? Think about that. Where is it at? What is it doing? How is it in your body? Anxiety is loud. It's frantic. It's like a swarm of bees buzzing in your chest or your throat. It races with terrifying thoughts at 100 miles an hour and loops them endlessly. Anxiety always lives in the future. It obsesses over the what ifs. What if they don't like me? What if I fail? What if all goes wrong? It creates urgency, demanding that you make decisions instantly, right now. It breaks physical tension. You might notice your jaw clenched, your breathing is shallow, the tone is harsh, critical, sometimes even cruel. Now, let your breath slow down. Notice the shift as you explore your intuition. Your soul's compass doesn't shout. Why would it? It speaks truth. When your intuition whispers, it feels calm, even if the inside is unexpected. Imagine dropping a heavy stone into a still pond. That solid, grounding ripple, that's your intuitive knowing. Intuition exists only in the present. It says, go this way. Or it may say, this isn't for me. No drama. No stories about tomorrow. Your true inner voice is neutral. There's no judgment, only information. Sometimes you'll feel expansion, a sense of relief in your shoulders, the subtle dropping sensation in your gut. Intuition is infinitely patient. Take a day, a week, your guidance will wait. So, how do you actually pause mid-storm and figure out what's true? Let's talk about that. I want to give you 4 grounded tools for the journey. First, the body scan test. Listen to your body. We've talked about this so many times. To tune into that body space for messages, here it is again, that body scan test. Next time you feel confused or emotional, just stop. Take 3 slow, deep belly breaths. Where is the feeling living in your body? Identify that. If it's spinning in your mind or tightening your throat or chest, odds are you're experiencing anxiety. Anxiety rises upward. Pay attention to that. How is it moving? But if you feel a low, solid heaviness in your stomach or even your heart, that's intuition anchoring you, settling downward and grounding. Second, use the timeline shift. Since anxiety lives in the future, pull yourself back to now and ask, is this fear about something actually happening right this second, or just a story your mind is spinning about tomorrow? Notice the difference. Anxiety tells stories. Intuition offers simple truth. And third, trust the 24-hour rule. When you get that desperate urge to act fast or to make a snap decision, pause. Do absolutely nothing. In fact, sleep on it. Real guidance is patient, everyone. If it's your true intuition, it will still be there tomorrow. Usually, anxiety's urgency fizzles out once you've given it time. And finally, do the best friend check. Listen to your inner tone. Is that voice talking to you the way you'd talk to the dearest friend you have? Anxiety tends to be mean, harsh, and critical. Intuition is gentle, unwavering, even if it's telling you a hard truth. It's wrapped in compassion. Learning to read these subtle energies is a lifelong practice. You're going to get it wrong sometimes, and that's not failure. Every time you misread the signals, you're getting valuable insight into how your unique spirit works. The beautiful part? The more you practice pausing, breathing, and listening, the louder and clearer your intuition becomes. Intuition is like a muscle, remember. It gets stronger over time. You'll start to trust yourself again. You'll realize the wisdom you are seeking already lives inside of you. You just need the quiet and the kindness to hear it. With that, everyone, I'd like to leave you today with some support. If you're interested in stepping out of that anxious mental loop, I've put together an article at my blog at michellebeltran.com, The Psychic Development Tool of Grounding. It'll offer you 5 easy steps to learn how to ground your energy, come to that calm, centered, present state. We'll put that in the show notes for you today. Thank you so much, everyone, for being with me here today, and I look forward to meeting with you all next week. Keep trusting yourself. You're doing so much better than you think you are. Until next time, take beautiful care of yourselves.
If you enjoyed this episode of the Intuitive Hour, please consider following, rating, and reviewing the podcast at Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. You're welcome to access Michelle's free controlled remote viewing exercise that will empower you to uncover answers to your burning questions about lost objects, events, or people in the past, present, or future. Visit michellebeltran.com to access this free offering and rediscover what was once lost.